Welcome inside the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum. Finally here, we have got things working. Apologies for that. We've had some ongoing equipment issues with this this gear, this early basketball season. We're going to have that sorted out by next week for sure. This should not be happening, so we apologize. We've missed about the first quarter and a half. It's 25-17 Green Canyon up against Minico today in the Spectrum, second game of this Saturday slate of the Rod Tueller Classic. A couple great blocks there by Jamison Thompson. Green Canyon going to work on defense down to our right side. Good pass through the middle, though, for Minico. They cut that lead down to 6. It's 25-19 with 4:43 to play. Here's Haig. Checked up at the foul line. Gets it over to the right side for Horman. Horman back up top. Stokes to Haig. Now near side. Crane drives and draws the foul. It's going to be a block on number 4 for Minico.
Stockton, that first quarter went pretty well for Green Canyon. I know we weren't live at the time, but Gavin Crane getting some in along with Jude Haid, getting some baskets, some points up there on the board. It's going to be as of now, Green Canyon had a pretty good lead going into that that second quarter. And looks like they're starting to come back on them with the 27-19 here, quarter number 2.
Ball tipped away by Stokes. Here's Stokes the other way. Easton Stokes lays it up and in transition. And just like that, the Wolves back up by 10, 29-19. Up to the top of the perimeter, driving down that left side. No space for Minico. They kick out to a wide open three-point shot. Is just short. Rebound to J-Mo. Thompson the other way, right to left for Green Canyon. Finds Horman on the left wing. Now J-Mo back up top, finds Crane. Crane driving down the left lane, up and in, 12-point lead for Green Canyon, 31-19. That one knocked away by Stokes. Jump ball on the ground. No, a timeout called by Minico just in time. Spartans get away with that one. Minico fell 61-40 to Mountain Crest on December 5th. A couple days ago. Don't have a score on Max Preps for that Ridgeline game, but Green Canyon played Twin Falls last night while we were absent. 73-55 the final score in that one. So Green Canyon is still at 6-0. Looking to move to 7-0 here with a 12-point lead. 31-19. Jude Haig has been scoring at will early in this one, Jacob.
Yeah, he is having 18 points last night against Twin Falls. 12 points last night against Twin Falls. Gavin Crane as well, getting 18 points. Kind of spreading the wealth, I guess you could say, from that 42-point we saw a couple nights ago from Jude Haig. Again, just an absolute beast on the court. Exactly what Green Canyon needs to keep using in their resource. Right now, 31-19, up by a substantial amount so far. But like we've seen, it's anybody's ball game. The Hurricane game the other night as well, we thought Green Canyon was going to come in, kind of wipe the floor clean, I guess you could say, with that team thanks to the season before. But Green Canyon, we've seen them improve throughout the season in game by game. So here coming in today, already off to a really fast-paced start here.
Breaking out of our timeout with 3:21 left to play. Timeout was called by Minico after a potential jump ball down here on the near side. Got the roster pulled up here for Minico. They don't have a number 1 on the roster, so we don't know who that is. And then they have 2 number 3s on the roster, so that's either Jaden Sanders or Bodie Bennett. Not sure. He dishes inside. Layup is missed by number 25, who is also not on the roster. J-Mo stripped as he goes to the basket on the right side and is fouled. Once again, this is part of the Rod Tueller Classic. Coach Tueller was a long-term Aggie, not only a player of basketball in Logan in the high school and at the collegiate level, but then a coach as well. We've talked about it before. Coach Tueller was a Logan High School all-state basketball player, 2-year varsity starter, And he did play on the freshman team at the University of Utah, but he got his head right and came up to Utah State, where he finished out his playing career. That pass intercepted by Easton Stokes as he drives the other way. One-on-one, gets to the hoop and just undershoots that one. Off the side of the glass, now a long lead pass. And the dunk for Minico. Big energizing play, cuts the lead down to 11. Some much needed momentum for the Spartans. Let's see if they can harness it. Here's Stokes moving to the left. Back up top for Crane. Crane uses the screen to drive down the right side and scores. 34-21. Moving it around to the right wing now, right back up top. Spartans looking for options, kick back up. Jumper from the foul line is short, rebound by Gavin Crane. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. 34-21 Green Canyon as Boston Horman spots up a three from college range and hits it. 37-21, Green Canyon leads by 16.
And that's Horman's third three of the night. Stockton, 9 points already for him in this one.
Three in response from the right wing for Minico, and that one is nothing but net. Spartans get those 3 points right back, 37-24 late in the half. Stokes moving around, great bounce pass into J-Mo, and he is blocked. That'll be out of bounds on the baseline for Green Canyon. Gavin Erickson's going to check in now for the Wolves. Jude Haig set to inbound this ball. Looks like just off to the left side of the basket. Floats that over the top for Horman. He takes that outside the perimeter. Hand off to Haig as he wraps back around, now driving down the right side. Haig floats, goes for the glass, could not get that to bounce his way, but the rebound falls to Erickson. Erickson around for Stokes, keeping it going for Crane. Crane left wing, three for Horman off the front rim. Rebound falls to Minico. Here they come the other way. 1:14 left in the half. Floater is short over the outstretched arm of Gavin Crane, and then the follow-up rebound is good. 37-26, Green Canyon in transition. Gavin Erickson, three short. Rebound still loose, and the Spartans come away with it. Down the right side. Double team now in the right corner. Good trap set, thrown off of Crane. It'll be an inbound play for the Spartans. Baseline inbounds here for the Spartans. They trail by 11 with a little less than a minute to go in the first half. Dribbled off the thigh there, recovered though. Shot clock down to 16. Right wing. Back up top, looking for options. Back to that right wing, one-on-one with Gavin Crane. Crane staying with them, moves to the left block, spinning, looking for a shot. Has it knocked away by Erickson, has to collect it. 3 on the shot clock. Kobe range jumper is short, and the rebound falls to Crane. Shot clock is off. Green Canyon will have the last possession of the half with an 11-point lead. See what they can stretch it out to going into the locker room. Down in the left corner now for Erickson. 6 seconds on the clock. Into the middle for Crane. Knocked away from Crane. Now 3 seconds. Knocked away again. 2-1. That ball is going to just roll its way up towards the tunnel for halftime. Minico gets the ball away from the Wolves to keep the lead at 11 for Green Canyon, but a very strong first half for Green Canyon. Again, apologies that we couldn't get the coverage of that first half for you. Just some ongoing issues that we're having with the gear here, and that will be addressed very soon. Again, just happy that we were able to get this back on the air. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher here with you on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. We'll be right back for the second half. Welcome back to the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum here in Logan, Utah, on the campus of Utah State University. Unfortunate update for you. So we had a parent volunteer to run that camera for the first little bit of the game. They unfortunately could not stay for the second half, and we did not get sent a camera operator today, so we are not going to have the camera moving back and forth for this second half. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher here with you in the Spectrum for Green Canyon versus Minico. It's been a little bit more hectic than we anticipated this morning, trying to get on the air, just trying to get things done as normal. But we are here, we're live, and Green Canyon leads by 11. And grabbing that defensive rebound fresh out of halftime. Now Haig kicks into the right corner for Easton Stokes. Uncovered three. 40-26 Green Canyon. Spartans moving the other way. This is Stimson. Stimson got the pass off, but then a walk and another turnover for the Spartans. Ball inbound to Haig, he gives it right back to Stokes. Stokes will move it up left to right. Finds Crane on the left elbow. Crane driving, lost the handle, gets it out into the right corner for Horman's three. Boston Horman shooting like crazy tonight. That's his fourth made three on 5 attempts. Deep outside the perimeter, Spartans looking for options here. They trail by 17, largest deficit of the game. Good look on the left side, just a little overcooked off the back iron. Now here comes Horman the other way, driving down the right side. Has it stripped away, last touch Minico. 6:09 left in the third quarter, 29 on the shot clock, baseline inbound coming for Green Canyon.
And Minico's defense is really what's just keeping them in this game. Stockton shooting 11 for 34 in that first period. Just not the numbers you want to see on offense. Defense has been the key for them staying in this one.
Haig drives, hop step, has it knocked away in midair. And here come the Spartans the other way, but Haig picks his pocket from behind. Crane trying to float that over the top for Haig, undercut it. Intercepted now in the left corner. Stimson's three is good. 43-29, 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. Green Canyon moving left to right now in this third quarter. Finds Boston Horman in the left corner. Back up top for J-Mo. J-Mo keeps it moving around for Stokes. Gets it right back. J-Mo's three is just short. Coming back the other way. Down the right side again. Stimson's right wing three is just a little bit long. Rebound falls for Horman. Up the court now for Stokes. Stokes in the left corner, Crane. Gavin Crane driving the baseline, up and under, blocked. Strong defense there from Jaden McKenzie. Right side baseline, spinning through traffic, gets it off to McKenzie. McKenzie still fighting for it, last touch. No, we're gonna have a foul called on Green Canyon. They're gonna call Haig there on the block.
Yeah, a lot of bodies going for the ball there, Stockton. Not sure where that call might have came from, but I can see it in this type of game as well. But
second personal there for Jude Haig.
Yeah.
Quick transition bucket for Stokes is good. 45-29 with 4:50 remaining now in the quarter. Jaden Sanders hands that one off. Bodie Bennett around the perimeter. Murphy back to Bennett. Now a right wing three as well. Short rebound by Horman. Here's Stokes the other way. Right corner. Uncontested Lance Cox just a little short. Horman almost had the rebound, but he is, looks like just out rebounded there by Jaden McKenzie. Bigger physical frame. Floated over into the left corner, now down the baseline for McKenzie, driving, hopping, rejected. I think that was Lance Cox. Might have been J-Mo. Stokes court to court, he is stuffed as well. It was Nate Wayment on the block. Back through the middle, McKenzie down low, great lead pass. Bodie Bennett gets the Minico Spartans up above 30, 45-31 with 3:42 to go. Haig on the right wing. Around the perimeter, Horman. Bounce past J-Mo. J-Mo hands it off for Haig. Haig given plenty of space up top. Just missed off the right side. 3.5 to go now in the third quarter. Sanders gives it to Bennett. Bennett driving. Goes to his left, and a nice floating shot from McKenzie. Rattles its way in, 45-33. Oh, great vision there from Haig. Finds Horman for another three. Boston Horman shooting the lights out of the spectrum right now. He's 5 for 6 from deep.
That's right, Stockton. 5 for 6 already tonight. Getting 2 in that first period, and then getting that third in the second. Big shooter today across the board there is Boston Horman. Wow, good to see him getting active again as well.
15-point lead for Green Canyon with about 11 minutes left in this game. 3:03 left in the third quarter, and then another 8 to go in the fourth. Haig leading the way so far, but Boston Horman's probably right up there with him by now. We had our stats updated at halftime, but we do not have live stats going right now.
Yeah, Boston Horman, 9 points last night, already well ahead of that going into today. Big shooter on the outside threat. Talking about Haig, kind of maybe a little off on some of his shots today, and some of them aren't falling like we've seen the past this season, but he's still well up there in the point range and doing the best he can to get this team going. Obviously not the strongest team that this Green Canyon team has played this year, but they're still playing well, again, up by 12 here with 3:02 left to play in the third.
Mountain Crest fell in a tough game against Twin Falls. I think it was 52-47, the final score. In the early morning game, just a bit short on the three there, but an offensive rebound gives another opportunity. Same miss there, just a little short. A third chance opportunity now for Minico. And a travel as he dragged the plant foot.
We just talked about how missing short both on those two shots, and I've been seeing all the players maybe getting a little tripped up by this college three-point line, well behind that line. There's a little bit of blue tape on the ground, a lighter blue tape indicating that high school line, but they keep trying to shoot behind the college line, and they're short, so they may need to kind of work on that.
I got to say, too, the color of that tape, it's just too light. You're not picking it up in your peripherals.
No, you're not.
Looks like we've got a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Green Canyon for wrapping around someone. Who'd they call that on? Gavin Crane?
Possibly, yeah.
So for Gav, I think that's number 2.
It's hard without the stat board up here, for sure, on the points and the rebounds there.
Strong drive down the right side, kicks that one out. Another drive inside. Sticking with him was Lance Cox. Cox is getting a little frustrated there. It looks like he did take a bit of a bump on the way towards the bucket, but Nate Wayment just a little stronger on that drive.
Yeah, Lance Cox, nothing on the score sheet for him today. Might be a little bit of frustration coming from that as well from him.
First is good for Wayment.
Yeah, coming off last night with 9 points as well, tied for this team third highest, so a little bit of slower start for him in this one today.
One for 2 there for Wayment. Lead stays at 14 for Green Canyon, 48-34 with just over 2 to play in the third quarter. Haig around the perimeter for Erickson. Erickson moving quickly. Off to his right. Anderson down low for Haig. Haig floating and almost scores. But a foul is called.
Haig 2 for 2 already on the night on free throws. Looking to keep that pretty well within.
Haig hits the first to stretch that lead back to 15. First team foul of the quarter there for Minico. 3 against Green Canyon so far. Haig goes 2 for 2. Substitution as Horman will come in for Haig. So it's Gavin Crane, Boston Horman, Lance Cox, Seth Anderson, and Gavin Erickson right now for the Wolves.
That's a pretty good roster, especially scoring-wise for Grand Canyon here, trying to really get the offense rolling here, only 50 points into the third period.
The trap works against that far side sideline. Gavin Crane now the length of the court floats it a little too heavy. Back the other way, Minico looking for options. Minute 28 to go in the third quarter. Now a left wing three, just a bit long. Erickson's going to get called for the over the back there. You can't use guys' shoulders as a launch pad.
No, you can't. And against Stockton, we just saw right there. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but shooter there for Minico, way behind the college three-point line. That might be a reason why we're not seeing as many threes hit, getting kind of tripped up again. It's something I've just kept noticing, that all the teams are going for those deep threes.
Long ball over the top is corralled by Minico. Good effort from Stimson to get to that one and knock it down. Stimson's going to drive now left side, stripped by Gavin Crane. Crane through traffic the other way, trying to go coast to coast again. Off the glass, misses. Horman's follow-up is too strong.
Might have been an opportunity to plant and get one up. No other defenders in sight. Maybe not the smartest fundamental play for him.
Up top, swinging it around the perimeter. Now in the right corner for Stimson. Left wing knocked away initially by Lance Cox. Cox staying with the ball up top. Back down to that left side. Shot up against Gavin Crane is a little short. Turnover there by Green Canyon as Horman tried to get it right back. Had to pull the hands out of the cookie jar there. Final possession of the quarter for Minico. Down into the right corner, looking for options. Pass in towards, looked like they were trying to find Wayment, but it was kicked out by Horman. It's turning into the Boston Horman game, Jacob.
It really is. Three-pointers are on for him today. 3 for 4 already at the half. Again, I don't have my stats up, but he's been explosive on the offense, intercepting those balls. And that's the depth growing with this Green Canyon team. At first, we kind of just saw Jude Hay going crazy, but glad to see a lot of depth in this team as well.
Foul called there on the floor as Wayment was trying to rip his way through to the bucket. They're going to call that on Jamison Thompson. And they'll actually call it a shooting foul. So 2 shots coming here for the Spartans. 50-34 the score. 8 seconds flat remaining in the third quarter. First is good for Wayment. He's 3 for 5 now tonight.
Wayman a little slow start on his shots, only going for 2 for 7 in that first half, but he's today we've heard a lot from him on his Minico team, really trying to take off as well for them, trying to get some points on the board.
Shooting an even 50% from the free throw line. Gavin Crane's fadeaway is off the back iron and no good as we head to the fourth quarter. 50-35 is the lead for Green Canyon as they are sitting right around that 15-point cushion basically all afternoon. Big thanks to the Skyview guys who just dropped in. The Skyview crew will be calling the Bobcats game against Minico coming up next after the conclusion of this one. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the fourth quarter here in the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum. Time for the fourth quarter here in Logan, as Green Canyon will take the inbounds to get us back underway. They lead by 15, 50-35. With 8 minutes left in this one between the Wolves and the Minico Spartans. Stockton Jukes and Jacob Pitcher with you as they're going to call an early foul on Wayment for the reach.
And that's just a not very smart foul there for Minico. Wayment, highest scorer on the team for them. Could be getting a little bit of foul trouble here in the fourth quarter. We've seen a lot of fouls from him already. At least 3. Again, don't have the stats up, but still not a great smart foul.
Stokes wraps around, drives, fakes, and then kicks out to the left wing for Crane, who comes right back down to the baseline. Now J-Mo mid-range finds Crane again. 20 on the shot clock. Back up top for Haig. Haig moving it around for Stokes. Back to J-Mo. J-Mo pops out up top. Here's Horman trying to cut inside, right back to J-Mo. Gavin Crane drives left side baseline, fouled hard, and they're going to call a charge on Gavin Crane.
Not sure if the feet were set there by Gage Murphy for Minico.
Benefit of the doubt given there to Gage Murphy as Minico gets that right back. A foul apiece now early in this quarter. Up top again. Bennett drops it down low. McKenzie almost lost it, gets it back out to Bennett. Bennett's 3 takes a friendly bounce. 50-38. Bounce pass inside, Jamison Thompson. Thompson hands it off to Haig. Haig driving right side, floats it over the rim. Last touch by J-Mo.
Student checks in over there. In the Spectrum, showed out today for Green Canyon over there. They were just happy with that call for sure.
Bennett down the right side. Crosses over to the left. Now finds Murphy. Murphy driving back to Bennett. Bennett on the baseline. Has to find Wayment, and Wayment fights his way through traffic to score. Leads down to 10 for Green Canyon, 50-40 with 6:20 remaining in the game. Here's Jude Haig. Haig cuts to his right, drives, floats that off the glass and in. Haig back on the board. It's 52-40. Left side, hop step there from Bennett. Was looking for the shot, has to go up top for Wayment instead. 5:50 remaining in the game. Here's Wayment outside the perimeter on the right side. Hands it off. Spartans into the left corner for Bennett. Bennett drives baseline. Great defense from Green Canyon. And J-Mo tips the rebound to Lance Cox. Cox to his left for Haig. Now Horman in the left corner for 3, just short. J-Mo offensive rebound. J-Mo driving, floating, left it short, but got fouled.
How about Green Canyon's defense? Really stepping up that zone coverage. We're seeing a 3-2-2 or a 3-3-2 up there for them. Not really letting Minico get anything past them. They've just been passing around at the top of the key around that three-point line. About 25 seconds. They only have about 10 seconds to get anything rolling, and they never have really in this fourth quarter. And it's great defense, great approach, great execution. Everybody getting back up to that three-point line, not letting them get anything on the inside.
J-Mo goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. It's a 14-point lead for Green Canyon as Erickson checks in for Jamison Thompson. Coach Logan Brown, we were talking a little bit before the game, and he asked me what I thought about the squad. I said, man, I really like this Jude Haig kid. What a get that is to replace, obviously Jared Anderson, a big part of this team last year, running the offense, a high-scoring point guard. You think back to his performance against Leighton Christian this time last year in that overtime game up in North Logan. That was so fun. And then you have a guy like Jude Haig come out of nowhere, just basically a gift from Holy Cross. Really fun for the Aggies to be able to replace Jared Anderson that quickly. And certainly for Logan Brown as a coach, that's a weapon that you can utilize night in, night out. And it's got him almost to 7-0 to start the season, Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing today the depth of this team start to truly show, like we were talking about Boston Horman getting some threes on the board, as well as Gavin Crane. So, again, Jude Haig coming from Pennsylvania. We were talking with him. as there's a foul there. And talking with him, coming from Pennsylvania, moving up here for with his family, and yeah, great addition, huge addition. This kid's a lot of fun to watch, and the shots he's putting up, they're really high level shots, very high, highly executed. He's a great player to watch for the 2 games I've seen him so far.
Now the rumors are, Jacob, that he's already going to Holy Cross. However,
that is what I've heard as well.
However, just think about where we are. His dad, I mean, they did move out here because his dad's an assistant on the women's basketball team. So you get a couple looks, you play in the right places, you play in front of the right people, especially with how big basketball is in Cache Valley. We might be able to keep him around.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great addition to this Utah State team. Some shooters. Utah State shooting is great, and if he's a shooter, he's able to make those shots, and I feel like he would be a really good addition to Utah State if he does stick around.
Stokes lost the ball for a moment, almost got caught behind the timing line, does get across, drove to the basket, kicked it out. Now here's JMO finding Gavin Crane on the left side. Back to JMO, back to Crane. Erickson left wing, Gavin Crane right wing. Crane driving, Stokes wrapping. Down the right lane, has it poked away, but they are going to call a foul there as it looked like McKenzie got a piece of hand as he tipped that ball out. 4:44 remaining in the 4th quarter. 54-42 Green Canyon. Stokes with the inbound to JMO. Gets the handoff as he wraps back around, looking for the mid-range jumper. Floats it through, got fouled.
Call it travel.
Yeah, they do call it travel. He dragged that plant foot. I was wondering what that whistle was going to be for.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Get a lot of airtime there.
It's happened to both teams now tonight.
Yeah, Minico, one of the Minico defenders, not who that was, just floating in the air.
Yeah, he was trying to generate the contact and just dragged the plant foot.
A bit too much.
Stimson pressured at the timing line. Finds McKenzie. McKenzie moves to his right. Looking for options. Down low for McKenzie. McKenzie on the right block. Double teamed. JMO right in his face. Now kicks out. Good 3 is just a bit short. Rebound to Stimson. Up top again, here's Bodie Bennett. Bounce pass down low, good vision. Further along that baseline for McKenzie, and McKenzie is going to get called for the charge. Great work by Jude Haig.
It's exactly what they teach you in basketball camp, how to take a charge, take it to the chest, and hit the deck and sell it. And that was a great charge execution. And, a charge, Stockton, it's not just the contact you're making, but how are you also going to sell it? And he sold that one really well. In a very appropriate way, I guess you could say as well.
Would you have to be able to read those too when you see the big man kind of pick up a head of steam and go to drop that shoulder? As long as you just stiffen up and fall down, you'll probably get the call. Bennett the other way, left wing, thought about the 3, gets it back out, gets it right back. 3:35 to go in this one, and that's just a bad pass. McKenzie tried to float that one quickly to Wayman, went through his hands.
Green Canyon starting to change up their defensive approach, back to a man coverage. Again, a 3-2 was working really well for them. Got beat a little bit on the inside. Now they're manning up, and it's been doing really well on the defensive front here, up by 12 now.
Right corner, Gavin Erickson has to kick it back out to Cox. Keeping it moving around, JMO to Gavin Crane. They were trying to get that back to JMO, and it was read perfectly by McKenzie, but here's Crane on defense. Thought about the block, didn't get a piece of it, but made him miss. Erickson now with 3 minutes finds Cox driving back out to Erickson. 3 ball from the right wing is nothing but net. They put the points on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
They did.
Should be 57-42.
Gavin Erickson's second 3 of the night, the day for him. 2 for 3 now on 3s, if my stat board is correct.
Yeah, they've got to correct that scoreboard. We'll see if they notice. Yeah, there you go, 57.
They haven't taken
back
it
down
off
to 42.
Away. There we go.
Green Canyon back up to that 15-point lead that they've been pretty familiar with all day.
Yeah, kind of riding a wave ahead, playing from behind the other night there against Hurricane. Today playing ahead. And we see it a lot different in their approach and their shooting and their defense. A lot more aggressive on the defensive front, not being afraid to take those charges and go at the defenders. And it's showing here again, up by 15, 57-42 for this one.
2:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 57-42 Green Canyon. I've lost track of who the leading scorer is for Green Canyon. Have you been keeping tabs on it?
I've been trying to, but I switched onto my iPad over here, but I'm definitely going to say it's between Haig, Crane, and Horman for sure. One of those three definitely up there for the Wolves team here.
Corner three for Minico, in and out, rebound to Haig. It's been one of those days for the Spartans. They've had a couple good looks, couple good shots, just not getting the bounces they need, and Haig goes coast to coast.
Yeah, not able to finish, getting those passes intercepted. It's kind of in the storyline for Minico. I mean, they've got the looks, just not able to really put that ball in the net exactly how they need it.
Here's another spot up three from the left wing. That one rattles home. 59-45, Green Canyon leading by 14 with 2:10 to play now. Here's Haig on the left wing. Back up to Crane up top. Easton Stokes looking for options, finds Lance Cox in the right corner, gets it right back. Now they go all the way around the perimeter and end up with Gavin Crane. Crane driving, baseline slam! Yikes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Gavin Crane throwing it down. First dunk we've seen in a while from the Green Canyon team, and what have better of a place than in the Spectrum here as the second squad is checking in. And that's going to do it for our starters here. Gavin Crane, Jude Haig, Horman, Easton Stokes. Wow, what a game. What a day they've had. A little slow in that first period, not really, at least on the broadcast side, not really tied into it.
The photographers are over there showing the student section the pictures they just got of that poster for Gavin Crane. That's got to be fun as a junior in high school to get a poster in one of the best college basketball arenas in the country. By the way, I will die on this hill that the Spectrum is a cathedral of college basketball.
It's amazing.
This building is one of the best places to play in the country, one of the hardest. In the top 5, I would say for sure. Up there with the likes of Cameron Indoor at Duke and UConn, and I don't know, I was trying to think of some other. The Big East's got some good ones.
Yeah, and then coming from Houston, I worked at University of Houston, and being in the Fertitta Center down there.
They've been good lately, too.
Exactly. It's a big school for basketball, but, the Spectrum, there's just something different here about it. The student section is massive. The fans are into it. The colors, the yellow seats, the fall vibes, the board.
My favorite thing about it, too, is because we've only got the tunnels on that one side. We've only got the tunnels on the, the west side. Over on the east side, which is the side that the visitor bench is on, it's all student section, and there is nowhere to go. They're on top of you the whole time.
And when Utah State played Acorn in the beginning of the season, Alcorn State, Alcorn, they were jawing at some fans across the way, so it was so much fun. And the Spectrum's a great place, especially for a high school team to be able to get in here and experience what it's like and get the energy going. It's huge for them, and to kind of see what the next level could be for them. And it's cool to watch. It's cool to see their smiles when they go through that tunnel and see the arena.
Up top, looking for options. They find McKenzie on the right side. Short jumper from mid-range. Gavin Erickson trying to rip that ball down. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow towards Green Canyon. No, I guess it's actually in favor of Minico. They have it wrong on the scoreboard up there.
Yeah, I don't think they're using the scoreboard one very much tonight.
Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, again, just a big thank you to Utah State and Diana Sabo for getting this organized and allowing us to play 4 high school games this morning before Utah Tech comes in to play Utah State tonight at 7.
Even with all the other stuff going on in the athletics department with the new coach and everything, making time to make this happen, it's a big thank you to them as well.
Up top, looks like the big man, Carter Etherington. Hands off. Short range jumper is good. Seth Anderson takes some ankles, spots up, and drops it. Timeout is called by Minico, and you got to give them credit. They've fought, and again, it just has come down to some bad bounces, some shots that just aren't falling the way that you think they should. But man, 18-point lead now for Green Canyon, which I think is their largest of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
And 2 of the most demoralizing plays in the last 2 minutes of the game here. You get postered in the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum, and then you get your ankle snatched by a sophomore. So
it's the student section's vibing, getting into it. 7-0. Green Canyon after this one, if they can hold out for another 46 seconds here, and great way to start out the season for them. And it's been a lot of fun to watch this team go. And like you said, second team sophomore snatched some ankles and a big poster, probably one of the best posters I've seen in high school sports, even down in Texas. It's a big ask for them, but. Minico, again, just not able to connect on the shots. Green Canyon had that problem in the first quarter against Hurricane, but they were able to turn that around. So for Minico, not able to adjust and make that work. And it's been a storyline, and that's just the difference between these two teams. Green Canyon's able to make the changes they need to make, and Minico just hasn't been able to make those big changes like we've seen Green Canyon do.
Now, what I will say, as Minico inbounds this ball with 46.7 to go, I went to high school with Grant Williams. I went to Providence Day, North Carolina for a little bit, and so obviously like the basketball there was phenomenal. We had Devin Dotson, Grant Williams, a bunch of those guys, and it is kind of a different atmosphere when you get into the Southeast and stuff like that, and kind of the ACC area of the country. But Utah high school basketball is so much more fun to me because of how involved people get, how involved the community gets. And when you think of like Texas, like you're saying, you think of high school football. When I think of Utah, I think of high school basketball.
And that's what's amazing. Like Minnesota, they have hockey up there. And that's something. It's just different places around the U.S. And yeah, I will say Utah high school basketball. There's a lot of talent here, and there's a lot of energy. And the student sections are massive compared to what it is down in Texas for basketball. But it's a cool thing for students to be able to have that support from their school and their coaches and the facilities that they have, and go and play at the universities around the area. And it's a lot of fun to watch against the talents here. And it's been a lot of fun to watch these past two games, call these last two games with East Stockton, and it's a lot of fun to kind of get into high school athletics here in Utah. It's great.
29.5 left in this one. It looks like Isaac Ramirez was fouled. It was the 15th foul of the quarter for Green Canyon, so the double bonus takes effect, and now Green Canyon can just dribble out this clock.
Second team in here. I think they're going to go for some points on the board, run some plays, get what they can going here in the Spectrum.
Around on the right wing, now back up top for Etherington, directing traffic, finds Seth Anderson. Anderson driving, left corner. Ooh. Tough drive there for Dallin Bracken. Etherington's follow-up misses. Third attempt is no good, and then Anderson steps out. 3.9 remaining. Minico is going to be able to inbound the ball here. It's 63-47, so a 16-point game. Still a couple more coming up. We've got, looks like, Ridgeline Hurricane. Oh, Minico does hit the last-minute three. This game's going to end 63-50. But Green Canyon moves to 7-0. A really strong showing for them. Anyway, we've got Ridgeline Hurricane coming up next as Hurricane takes the floor to get warming up. Skyview is going to be playing a little bit later today. I believe they're playing Morgan, but I'm double-checking that right now. Jacob, give me your final thoughts today.
Yeah, obviously, guys, not the best on our end, getting the stream up a little late, so we do apologize for that. But Green Canyon coming out swinging early, big shots, spreading the wealth again across the board. Not just a Juke Haig show today, but also mixing it up with Boston Horman, Jude Hay, Gavin Crane, getting in some big points, some big threes on the board, and it was a lot of fun to watch. A great team coming out here. As for Minico, just not really able to hit any of the shots they really needed to be making, not able to really beat that press zone defense that we're seeing from Green Canyon. Up to 7-0. A lot of momentum going into this next stretch for them, and it's been a great team to watch the past 3 games for them. Been fantastic, high-scoring games, but overall tonight, just a big opportunity to play in the Spectrum. Great shots being made, some big plays we saw there at the end, so a lot of fun to watch.
That's it for Green Canyon basketball today. For Jacob Pitcher, I'm Stockton Jukes. Coming up next, it's going to be Ridgeline against Hurricane. And that game set to tip off in probably about 15 minutes' time, and then following that, the 4th of 4 games today is going to be the Skyview Bobcats against the Madison Bobcats out of Rexburg, Idaho. Once again, thank you for tuning in to 100.9 Light FM and Cache Valley Daily, the home of Region 11 sports. Green Canyon basketball moving to 7-0 under Logan Brown. Again, Jude Haig leading the way for the Wolves. Next time we see this Green Canyon team, I think it'll be next week, Jacob, as I pull the schedule up right here. It's going to be at Stansbury on December 11th, 7 p.m. Next time we see them at home is going to be December 13th, 6 p.m. as they host Box Elder. We'll get out of the way so Ridgeline can get going and get set up, but thanks so much for tuning in. Unfortunately, no comments from Logan Brown today. I'm Stockton Jukes. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you later tonight on KVNU for Aggie Game Day ahead of the Utah State basketball tip-off at 7. KVNU Aggie Game Day at 6 p.m. immediately following the basketball game and Coach Calhoun's comments. We'll see you back on KVNU for Aggie Call. I'm Stockton Jukes. Have a good one.